Hello everybody, Quinn's here. I hope very much that you've been enjoying some of the coverage we've been putting out recently, the videos we've been doing for the last 6 months, the new podcasts which we're now doing every other week, the amazing written articles we've had on the site recently, like how to build a board game collection for just $10, or the new review of Warhammer 40,000. And we've got 2 more videos coming up in the next 2 weeks. We've got even more exciting stuff that I'm going to announce in this video in just a bit. But first, something even more important than that. I would like to talk candidly to you for a bit. We're starting our summer pledge drive 2017, and we only ask for donations twice a year. So if I could just have your attention for 2 minutes, that would be great. So, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we work for you. I've hit my elbow. All of the videos we do, all the podcasts, all the articles that we strive to do at better and better quality levels, covering the very best games, have no adverts on. And they take a lot of time. About 6,000 hours of work is what you're looking at for a full year of prime, shut up and sit down content. How do we do that? How do we afford that? Well, 90% of the money that we need to do that comes from people who consider our work worth paying for. People like you who give as much or as little as they can. People who click on the big golden button up there if you're on shutupandsitdown.com, or if you click on the hyperlink below this video if you are on YouTube. 4 years ago, I think it was a lot harder for us to ask for donation money from you guys because we had to sort of promise, we just had to get you guys to trust us that we would spend the money on worthwhile things, on improving Shut Up and Sit Down, making it bigger, reaching out to more people, spreading the love of the hobby. Things are different now because I think we've proven ourselves. Instead, today, what we're asking you to do is to join the thousands of people who have generously given any amount of money to Shut Up and Sit Down and who have watched us over the last 4 years. You know, pay ourselves wages and pay our freelancers respectful wages and camera equipment, sure, but those people who've also seen us do something that I think is even more important, which is take care of our mental health. Shut Up and Sit Down is a passion project, and it's a work of friends who enjoy spending time together and playing games together and working together. And that all vaporizes if you're not careful. And similarly, in terms of working smarter and not harder with our donor money, you'll notice that this video with me candidly talking to camera is a new tack. Usually our donation videos are works of, they're scripted and we go out in London and we film and they're a bit extravagant, and we're just not doing that this time. Because this is hopefully yet another example of us wanting to make the most of our time that you pay us to work on the site for. What this video represents is us saying, you know what, we have too much awesome stuff we want to work on right now. We don't want to waste our time doing a donation video. In a sense, this is a trust exercise. We're saying that we would like to work on the projects we've got. We don't want to try and trick you guys into donating. We just want you to donate because you think it's the right thing to do and because you want Shut Up and Sit Down to keep existing, which it absolutely would stop existing. That's not a sentence, if people stop donating. So projects, stuff we've got coming up. I will tease now, because we can't reveal any more yet, that for the last 2 years, on and off, we've been working on a documentary to do with a board game in the industry, and that will be revealing itself in a month. Matt's working very hard on that. We're doing another Mega Game video, which will almost certainly be our best one yet. We thought we were done with Mega Games, but then we heard about one game in particular that's undergoing playtesting right now, and oh my god, I could not be more excited to be involved in that. It's honestly quite a simple transaction at this point. Every so often we ask the donors for money. We're very lucky to receive money from generous people, and then we just work really hard for another 6 months on not just on the stuff we're doing, but on re-examining the work that we do and the way we do it to make sure that we're evolving and holding our site to the standards that we hold the board game industry to relentlessly with our criticism, because criticism begins at home. Ladies and gents, that's not a phrase, that's not a thing. I've hit my elbow again. If you do decide to donate, though, there is one reward you get. We have discussed this in the past. We don't want to spend tons of our time on donor awards, because then that gets in the way of actually running the site, which is the entire reason that you guys are doing this in the first place. But we do one thing, one very cool thing that we love writing, which is once a month we send out a donor email, a newsletter to everyone who supported us that month, containing behind the scenes tidbits, games we're going to review. We also talk about movies and books and music we've been watching. Sometimes we're a bit candid about our headspace and emotionally where we are in terms of being funny on the internet, because sometimes if you've got stuff in your life happening, then that can really trip you up, and we often tell our donors about that in a sort of bit of heart on sleeveism, which it frankly gives donors an opportunity to be a bit of a support network. But that relationship seems to be working well for us and for the donors, so I'm not going to question it, weird as it is. Thank you so much for sticking with us through another 6 months of Shut Up and Sit Down content. The next 6 months is going to be, I think I can confidently say, the best 6 months in the site's history. And if you would like to support us as we work to make that stuff for you and for all the people out there who haven't yet discovered board games, then we think you should please donate and support all the people who are donating already and keeping the site on its feet. Again, big golden button right here. We made it look really good to click on. It's so satisfying to click on. Just give it a try. And below us, if you're on YouTube, click on that little hyperlink. Ooh, it's smooth. It's a series of digits. Where's it going to take you? Who knows? I know, but you can find out. That's an adventure for you. I'm just talking now, which is a sign that I should turn the camera off and get back to work. Thank you all very much for listening again, and I'll see you in 6 months. Take care.